Hi, it's Louise, the founder of Designsta.com here, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about logo design to you. Okay, so logo design is obviously quite a big subject, and I am not recommending that everybody goes out there and tries to attempt to design their own logo. But one thing that I would recommend is when you are first starting out with your business, a lot of people think that the first thing that they have to do is get a logo. And that, in my mind, is doing things back to front, because the first thing that you want to concentrate on is building your brand. So focusing on things like doing mood boards and putting together colours and imagery and collecting patterns and textures and things that you think are going to resonate with both you and your target audience. So if you go straight in and try to create a logo from the off, basically then you have to build your whole entire brand around that logo, and that can be quite restrictive. So one thing that I do recommend is if you feel like you need a logo to get started with, to put on all of your social media and your website or Facebook or whatever you need, you want a logo to put out there, rather than going straight in and getting the full professional logo done, what I would recommend is just putting together something really simple, like a text-based logo that you can share and that you haven't spent too much time on, looks professional, looks really nice, does the job, but you can come back in the future once you've created your whole brand and you know the look and feel that you're going for, and you have a much better idea of the kind of fonts and colours and everything that works for you and your business. Then you can come back and recreate your logo. So I definitely recommend starting with something simple. And today I'm going to show you a couple of really basic logos that you can create using the free version of Designsta. So as you can see here, I've got these two text-based logos. We've got one that is in a rectangle and one that is in a square, and they don't have any icons in them. It's just two lines of text, two different fonts, and I've made them a little bit more visually interesting by using rectangles or squares down here. So I'm going to show you how you can recreate this. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to group them together and make them smaller. And then I will copy them and show you how I did them. So if you come on over to Designsta.com, you can create your free account where you will be able to access only the Square social media images. As you can see, this is one of the Square social media blank templates. Obviously, I've created some logos on there, but this is what the blank template would look like minus the logos. So you can access all of the Square 800 pixel social media fully editable templates. There's hundreds in there. But I'm going to show you how you can start with a blank template and make these logos. Okay, so when creating your logos, if you're just going for something simple, text-based, I would recommend just using one or two fonts. So here we would have your business name and underneath your strapline. So I've picked two contrasting fonts. The first one is called Julianne, and that is available in the Designsta font library. So I'll just show you how to do it. So just type in your name and add it to the template. Then go and choose your font. You can upload your own fonts into the free version of Designsta, or you can pick one of the fonts that is already in the library. So there is loads in there. You can also just do a search. So I know I'm going for Julianne, so double click on that name at the top and type in the font that you're looking for, and that will bring that up. Okay, I really love this font. It's a really nice, it kind of just looks hand sort of scribbled, doesn't it? It's really relaxed, it's got a relaxed feel about it, and I really like that. Okay, so next I am going to type in my next line of text, which I have just put your strap line goes here. So you can add in whatever strapline you have for your business underneath your name. And that font is Jovial Sans. Okay, so you can see that that contrasts nicely against the first font. Just place them both so they're center aligned. To do that, you can use the align panel up here. Pick this option, which will center them together. Okay. So let's move this out of the way a little bit. Next, I'm going to create a rectangle. So to do that, you can access the Shapes panel over here on the free version. When you log into the free version, you will see, I'm on a paid version here, but you'll see that the art and the album folders are grayed out, so you can't access them. But there is hundreds and hundreds of folders. So if you got the basic or the VIP version of Designsta, you would be able to access all of the files in here. And if you're using them to create a logo, you could use any of the icons within the art folder to create a logo, because they are all vector-based icons in there, so they are suitable for logo design, whereas all of the files in the album folder are more JPEGs and PNG, so they're not suitable for logo design because logos have to be vector-based. So we are just creating simple ones anyway, so I won't focus too much on the art and album folder right now. So go over to the Shapes panel and select this rectangle tool and just draw a rectangle shape like that. So it's come out black. The main colour of the shape that you've created is here. So if you click on the colour palette over here and go down to this option down here with the cross, you can click that and you'll see that the checkered background has appeared, meaning that it is transparent, so you have deleted the main colour in your rectangle shape. Then if you go down to this border slider down here, this is where you control the thickness and the colour of the border of your shape. So I'm going to drag that up a little bit, make it nice and thick, maybe about 5. If you wanted to change the colour, if you wanted to delete the border altogether, again, you just click the colour, click the cross down here, and that will delete the border. So you have 2 different colour palettes for the main background colour and the border. So once you are happy with the thickness of your line, what I'm going to do is just duplicate it. So this is this option down here. When you're first using Designsta, I would familiarise yourself with all of the functions and features, go over all of the icons, just hover and it will explain what each of them does. So that's the Align panel, Group, Undo, Redo, Delete, Duplicate, Cut. So you just go over all of these and get used to what they all do first of all, then it will give you a good head start when you first start using Designsta. Okay, so just copy this box and then I'm just going to arrange it like so, so it's a little bit offset like that. And I might just make them a little bit thicker, both of them. No, I have to do that individually. Go for 4 for both of those. 3. You can just play around until you're happy with the thickness. So next I'm going to just group those 2 shapes together. And I'm going to use the Layers panel up here to send those to the back of the text. So this is the Layers panel. To send to the back, you just go to the icon that you want to move, go down on the arrows. To send to the front, you'd go up on the arrows. So because I've sent them to the back, I can just select the text easier and just group that together and move it where I want it. So I'm just going to move that down a little bit. And just play around until you are happy with the placement of your text. If your text is jumping like that a little bit, you see how it just moved by itself, just add a return in after your line and that will keep it still. See, it doesn't jump now when it's got a return after it. Okay, so the same for the square version was basically I just typed in your name. I'll copy that because I've already typed it. Put it on 2 lines this time, and I reduced the line spacing like this. So just reduce the line spacing like that until you're happy with how your words are spaced. Okay, and then just copy the strap line. make the text the size that you would like it until you're happy with it. Move that down. Okay, and now I'm going to create squares. So back over to the Shapes panel, select the rectangle again, but this time when you draw it, you're going to hold down Shape, and that will keep it in a square rather than a rectangle. Okay, again, go and delete the main colour from the square. So we're just left with the border, and then put that to the thickness that you're happy with. Arrange it so that the text is nice and central. And again, duplicate. Just put that square where you're happy with it, a little bit offset. Okay, and next I created a pink square to go. You can do whatever colour you want. But yeah, just copy the square again. And then this time I'm going to remove the border. So go to the border slider, drag that down to 0, and go and pick whatever colour. You can add your hex code in there. And then when you've put your brand hex code in there, just click Save Colour, and that will save your colour into your colour palette. So every time you log into your Designsta account, your colour will be there. Or you can just pick a colour, you can use the slider. There's lots of ways to find colours in Designsta, but yeah, you can add your brand hex code and save. So I'm just going to make this light pink. Okay, and then now I need to just use the layers panel again to send it to the back of all of these elements. And I'm just going to place it about there. Go to the layers panel and use the arrows again to move it behind all of the other elements, like so. So there you have two really simple text-based logos that you can create for free in the free version of Designsta. And like I said before, when you're just starting out, this is a really great way to have a logo, so you've got something to put out there, but you can concentrate on building your brand, building the look and feel, what you want your brand to be and how you want it to speak for you and your business. And then you can come back to your logo and edit it at a later date, but at least you've got something to get started with. So next is another example that I have put together of a basic text-based logo that you can create in the free version of Designsta. So again, I will just group all of this together and make it a little bit smaller so I can whiz through and show you how I did it. So first of all, I started by making a circle. So I went over to the Shapes panel, picked circle, and like I said earlier with the square, you need to hold down Shift and drag to create a perfect circle. Then I went back to the colour palette, clicked the cross to delete the main colour, and bumped up the border slider to the thickness that I was happy with. Then I'm going to duplicate this circle a few times and just rearrange them so that they're all a little bit offset from each other, creating this cool circle shape for my logo. Then I'm going to draw some small circles like this. So back to the circle option in the shapes, holding down Shift and draw small circles like that. I'm just going to knock the border slide off. We don't need a border on that circle, so I'm just going to use solid black and then duplicate that a few times. And then just arrange these circles around the lines like so. You can zoom in if you want to make sure that you're centering them okay and getting them right in the middle of the little circles. And you can put as many or as little as of these as you want. Okay, I'm going to put a few more. I seem to have made them a little bit bigger on this one than my first example as well. But I'm just whizzing through quickly to show you how I've done it. Okay, so that'll do. So next I picked the font Bellagio, which is in the font library, and just typed your name. Obviously you can put your own name in here, you don't have to type your name. And then search for Bellagio, the font. And the font size I used, well, I've made that smaller, so And then just drag until you're happy with the size, or you can pick the font size over here. So I'm going to place that in the middle. You want plenty of space around, so you don't want to have it so it's encroaching right on the circle. You want plenty of space so that it's easy to read your name. And I'm going to rotate this slightly to about -6 degrees, which you can see over here. You can use the slider or you can use this little green handle. Next, I'm going to draw a straight line by going back to the Shapes panel, picking this pen tool and holding down Shift to draw my line. And then again, the border slider, just bump that up to increase the thickness of the line. And we'll drag that under where I've put your name, and again use the little handle to rotate that to, it's not quite getting it to -6 there, I've done -7, so I'll make sure that the name is the same. Okay, and then I've just added the strap line underneath, so the text I added was, your strap line goes right here. Add text, and check what font I used. That was Bodoni Book. So search for that. Again, I've picked 2 contrasting fonts. So we have this more decorative scripted font, and then we have a serif font that is very easy to read. They're both really easy to read, actually. That's the main thing that you want to ensure when you are doing logo design, that your fonts are very easy to read, because you want people to see it and be able to read it from a glance. So, okay, and then I just make that a little bit smaller. Just line that up with the edge of the line. Okay, I'm just doing this quite roughly. You can see there's a few differences between my original, but yeah, just to show you. So next I'm going to duplicate one of these circles. And I'm going to get rid of the border slider, so there's no border, and pick that yellow colour. It's probably a bit different from the original, but okay. And then I'm going to move this over here so it's slightly offset, and use the layers panel to move it to the back of all the circles. Just using those arrows to move it down. Oh, I probably should have grouped all of those circles together. I forgot to do that. So yeah, now I'm going to move it past all these little circles because I didn't do that, but nearly there. Definitely group the circles together. Okay, so that is how I created that logo. Slightly different, as you can see, because I've just done it really quickly. But yeah, so there's 2 examples of different types of logos that you can make in the free version of Designsta. I think you should go over and sign up for a free account and have a little play around and see what kind of creative things you can come up with just using the text and the shapes, and have some fun with it. I thought I'd quickly just show you some of the logo templates that are available in Designsta on the paid versions as well, while we are talking logos. So if you come over to Designsta and look under the My Brand tab, you'll see there's a section called Logo Layouts. So if you click that and then click View Templates, you will see all of these templates that load, and these are all fully editable. I'll just open a couple of them to show you. So this one, you can change the text, you can change the fonts, the colours, you can change the colours of this icon here as well. So that is a fully editable logo there. This one as well. So that's another different one. Obviously you can play around with the fonts, change them, change the colours, and of the icons as well. But this is quite a nice creative logo there. And these logos are all available under either the basic membership or the VIP membership. So that's either $9.99 a month or $25, depending on which package you go for. and that would mean that you can access all of the templates. So this is a cool one if you're a copywriter. And then I'll just show you this one lastly. But yeah, so if you sign up as a basic or a VIP member as well, basically that means you get access to everything on the site. So you can access all of the templates, and you can also access the art folder and the album folder, but it would be the art folder that would be perfect for logo design if you're wanting to add in elements to your logo. There's tons in here that you can add in. There's literally hundreds and hundreds, thousands even, of icons in here for you to choose from, and there is no hidden costs with any of these icons in here, so they are all included in the price. So you can get playing around and get creative and put together a really great logo.